Hello everyone and welcome to Gothic Computing. Today I will be showing Persona 3 Reload performance on Nobara Linux 41. I am running the 9800X3D with the 7900 XTX with 32 gigabytes of 6000 megahertz DDR5 RAM. Alright, and I am running on dual monitors and using OBS to record, so there will be some performance loss, but honestly, Persona 3 is a relatively easy game to run. I do play this game on my Steam Deck and just turning shadows to low and the reflections off. You know, I can play at a pretty consistent 60 FPS at 1280 by 800. I haven't really found anything in the game that is substantially hard to run that lesser hardware cannot. And I would say it is a huge upgrade over the PS2 version of this game. Though I will say, I really wished they would have ported the FES version of this game. That would have been amazing. I hope that they still do at some point, though I'm not holding my breath over it. So for here, I am running at 1440p. My display is 165, though with this game, it does not matter. Persona 5 and this game both have a hard lock of 120. Now, there might be a mod that unlocks it. Granted, I mean, with the turn-based combat, you're not really gaining a whole lot. So, you know, your mileage may vary with that. I'm going to run this at 150 resolution scale with the reflections on, essentially the ray tracing of this game. And really the VSync doesn't really matter. And for whatever reason, in menus and stuff, this game will run at 60. We're going to turn down the volume, otherwise it's going to blow my ears out. Alright, now I'm in New Game Plus, obviously farming the Reaper and everything. There is literally, I mean, it's just running for achievements and everything, but honestly, the hardest spot in this game to run so far is Polonia Mall, while the reflections are on. Really see. Let's make sure that those settings are on, because it doesn't look like the reflections are working. They do work. Yep. It will also like to not apply the settings in the main menu for some reason. Yep, and there we go. So as you can see, at 150% with the ray tracing on, it is only reflections, but at I think 150 is around or at 4K settings. So, you know, the 7900 XTX doesn't have the greatest ray tracing performance, but games like Tomb Raider and stuff like that have some minor stuff, you could turn it on if you want. At 1440p, I mean, it runs it, you know, fantastic. And we can go ahead and see that real quick. At 100, as you see, because this is the most demanding part of the game, and Tartarus, some areas in Tartarus are pretty heavy as well, with just the reflections on. So I will go ahead and turn that back to 150, because that is the most taxing for it. Now, turning off the V-Syncs, it really doesn't matter. The game does not go above 120. So we're going to go ahead and hop into Tartarus. Now,
Yes.
I think I'm just going to show off the first level of Tartarus. Don't want too many spoilers for anybody that has not played this game. I do highly recommend it. So we're just gonna go straight. We're just gonna go to floor 5.
All right, just leave everything to yours truly. I guess not all of them are totally weak, but they still don't stand a chance against me.
Oh lord.
Oh no! Hope we don't run into any creeps here.
That doesn't really help.
I'm not scared at all.
I will say
Hey, it's the stairs.
this game
Hope we don't
has
run into
already
any
stolen
creeps here.
over 100 hours.
One
I've been looking to go
teleporter
back
sighted.
to
They'll take us
play
back to the entrance, but I'm down to keep going.
base FES
You gotta
again.
There's a shadow.
And then on top of that,
I won't miss my chance.
possibly doing portable as well, but honestly with how long these games are, it's kind of crazy. So
Not that.
we're not going to use him.
Her leader took one out. I'll hit them where it hurts.
We can show Diamond Dust. Has a lot of particle effects. As you see, there's no dips or anything.
Worth our time. No shadows detected.
So all in all, the game
All
runs
Let's be on our
really
way.
well.
A shadow.
Later on in the game, it gets a little crazy, but
Oh, there's a treasure chest.
even with all the crazy super moves and all that you get in this game, it really doesn't dip. At least if you're running it at 1440p.
You might end up face to face with a shadow.
Or 4K for that matter. Honestly, if you just literally turn off reflections, if it ever dips below what you want, it will probably never dip below 120. The rasterization performance of this card is stellar.
We got ourselves a
So
shadow here.
I think we'll go ahead and call it here. So if y'all guys like this, go ahead and leave a like, comment, whatever. I will see y'all next time.